Welcome to the Athlete's Grind, presented to you by Five Star Athletics. I'm your host, Ray. We got another special guest with us today, Jimmy Williams III, tackle out of American Heritage Powerhouse, American Heritage. Jimmy is so kind to join us today. Jimmy not only plays, Jimmy, you gonna get into it, but you play both sides of the line. Is it O line and D line a little bit?
Well, when I was a freshman during the state game, I got a piece of D-line coach.
Okay, all right, all right, all right. And I'll let you go over your measurables right now, man. And we're gonna jump right into it. Thank you for joining us here today. Jimmy, let's jump right into it. I've said your name already. Please tell us a little bit more about yourself. Tell us, your positions you play, your measurables, how tall you are, how much you weigh. But break down a little bit about yourself, Jimmy.
All right. My name is Jimmy Williams. I'm a junior at American Heritage. Right now, I'm 6'5", 280. And I also played a little bit of left tackle while my left tackle was injured. So I hopped on the left tackle and played that too. And it was a good experience, really.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're talking to Jimmy Williams III, 2024 recruit right now. And Jimmy, you let us know. You got some offers out there? I see I think it was Akron and Duke, just to name a few, but are you committed right now?
No, sir.
Okay, uncommitted right now, Jimmy Williams III, who we're talking to right now. And Jimmy, we know you want to play college ball, hopefully one day pro ball, achieve all your goals and dreams, but we know we can't do anything without academics, right? So tell us right now, what's your GPA? What's your favorite subject?
Right now, sir, my GPA is a 3.4. And my favorite subject, I say math.
Gosh, how did I knew you were gonna say that, man? Every time I do an interview with you guys, with you athletes, and it's the math, man. It's you guys are always good at the numbers. I guess because you're gonna run it up later in the future, but my goodness. So okay, all right. So listen, we just talked about you want to play pro ball, hopefully someday, and aspire to do great things. But after you hang up your cleats, what do you want to do? What are your career goals overall?
Well, when I get to college, I want to study sports medicine.
Mhm.
But after football, I think I want to become a coach.
Okay, all right, all right. Now you got let us a little bit more into that. Now, what is it about being a coach that kind of tugs at you a little bit that you want to maybe try to do one day?
I really just want to like help players like grow up and to the best of their ability, really. Like how my coaches helped me. So I just want to do what my coaches are doing for me right now.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. And talk a little bit about your favorite musical artist, man. I see we talked a little bit before we got started. You had a great state championship game, man, against a five-star recruit right now going off to Miami. But who do you listen to before you go onto that field? Who hypes you up, man? What you listening to?
He's a Chicago rapper named G Herbo.
Okay, all right, all right, okay. Now you got to give us a song or something. What is it about G Herbo, and then what song do you like the most?
He really just get me hyped before the game, just make me ready to play and just hit somebody, really, coach.
I got you. I got you. Okay. All right. All right. And so, we talk about, some of the favorite musical artists, but what about your role models? Anybody you looking up to, whether it be parents, whether it be somebody in the NFL right now? Who are your role models? Who you look up to?
My role model is my dad, coach.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. All
He
right.
uh
Go
he
ahead.
put me into football since I was 5, and
Uh-huh.
he just been by my side ever since, helping me grow and become better.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Definitely respect that. And let's talk a little bit more about your dad, about your parents. We know they're heavily involved in supporting you, but what does it mean to you to have parents that encourage you and support you and be along the way for you to, get more close to your dreams and your goals?
It's really a blessing because not everybody have parents like mine that will help me through the way. And so I just really appreciate them for helping me and for them to make me become what I am.
Gotcha, gotcha. And you talked about, your father getting you started in football. Now, you weren't always 6'5", almost 300 pounds. So what what position did you start off playing? And then, how did it kind of matriculate from there?
I really started playing D-line coach
Mhm.
until my Optimus 13U year when I got moved to O-line. And ever since that, I just been playing O-line coach.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, if you okay, give out your Twitter right now so that people can follow. Because I'm about to talk about some of this film, man. How you doing, people out there? So give out your Twitter so everybody can follow you and see some of your film on your Twitter.
My Twitter is three, the number three times TIMES .JW.
Okay, all right, all right. So now, like I was saying, man, you're out there mauling people. You're not you, you got some of the most physical hands in Broward County, that's for sure. But tell us a little bit about where that physicality comes from. Does it come from playing D line early in your childhood? Coming up. But what? Talk a little bit about that physicality that you bring to the game.
I really think D-line helped with my goal line. When you're a goal line, you just explode and just move them out the way, really.
Right.
In my hands, I work out. My dad, he go over my hands a lot. And
Hmm.
he really taught me how to use my hands. And I work out with coaches that will help me use my hands and my technique. And they really just helped me. And I really just love football. I just want to move somebody out the way.
I would say so. I would say so. You don't have any problem with doing that, and I think it's over for a D lineman or edge rusher once you get those hands on them, man. I've been watching some film, and it's it don't look too pretty after that. And so, but get a little bit more talking about you, Jimmy. If we were to ask your friends, your teammates, what type of person are you? How would they describe you?
I think they would describe me as caring and trustworthy. They could really lean on me for anything they really need.
Mhm. Okay. All right. All right. And you're talking about football right now, and you're dominating. But tell us what you like most about football. I think I know already, but you tell us what you like most about football.
Besides the physicality, it's really working, like working with my teammates and us, like really coming together strong as a family in our bond.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's what really like makes me love the sport.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now getting onto the field, man. You guys finished the season 13-2, American Heritage, a powerhouse in the country. When we talk about high school football, and the losses that you guys had against, I believe it was Chaminade and also Miami Central, two top 10 teams in the country. You know, describe week in and week out, because everybody gets up to play American Heritage. You're gonna get everybody's best, and you're gonna play everybody that's absolutely the best, right? And you play a couple of out of town teams, but what does it take from you every week in and week out, to get up for those big games, to know that, hey, you know what, they're coming after me, they're gonna try to get to my quarterback, some of the things that you have to do, make holes for Fletch and everything like that. Talk a little bit about how you prepare for each and every game, week in and week out.
It's really a mental thing, coach.
Mhm.
Before the games, I just think about how they're not gonna touch my quarterback, really. And I would die for my quarterback, coach. So
Absolutely.
I would not let nobody get near him.
Right.
And as in Mark, I love Mark. So I gotta protect him at all costs, coach.
Right, right, and we see that, man, in some of the biggest holes that I've ever seen. As they run over your side, man, you're blocking down, you're kicking out. You're getting up the field. You got some agility on you. Talk about some of the things that you worked on with your speed and your technique, to be able to move, and your footwork to be able to get down the field and continue those blocks. So talk a little bit about that.
Really, I want to thank my O-line coach, Coach Travis Pava.
Hmm.
He really taught us how to do those type of things, as in creating a hole, blocking down, going to the next level.
Right,
And Coach Mike, with
right.
his workouts, he made us become the best we can, really, with our agility and our feet work. So I really want to thank those two because they helped me really do what I do.
Hmm. Hmm. And coming into the season, coming into your junior season, what were your goals? Talk about your goals that coming into the season you had, and then how the season actually went for you. Your outlook on how the season went for you.
My goals were to become bigger and stronger, really,
Mhm.
and I think I achieved that. And as in our team, I really like the things we did this year. I really love the things we did.
Yeah, yeah. And let's talk a little bit more about that state championship game, man. I was there, and the first half didn't look too pretty. Miami Central's going up and down the field, and I know the crowd probably thought the same thing, but nobody left. And like I said, you were lined up against Bain. A lot of the snaps, right? And man, like I said, you handled your own. You held your own. Against a top five-star product going to Miami right now. Talk a little bit about how you felt that game went and what it feels like going up against, a top talent like that, and then also proving yourself and making naysayers say, hey, you know what? I got a little game myself. So talk a little bit about that and how that went for you.
I was actually excited to line up against Ruben Band coach
Mhm.
to really get the exposure and to have their best player lined up against me. It really made me excited to see what he got, and I feel like I could have done a tiny bit better with the sack coach, but
Mhm.
I feel like I did good. And yeah, he was a great competitor,
Mhm.
and I love to play against him.
Mhm, mhm. And, you're talking about going up against a lot of competitors. Now I'm gonna put you on Front Street right now. You don't have to answer, but I definitely got to ask you. Against all of the competitors that you've gone up against, and we talked about going up against Chaminade, going up against Central. You had some out of town teams that you've gone up against. What team gave you the most competition? What team gave you the most problems? And then what did you learn from those competitive nature games to say, you know what, in my senior year, I'll do this better and I'm going to be this type of player going forward?
The team that gave me the most problems, I would say, in the Grove,
Okay. All right.
is
All right.
because their DN, he was kind of tough.
Uh-huh.
He got a few pressures on me, and after those pressures, I just worked on my feet work during halftime. I just had to lock in, coach.
Yeah.
He didn't do nothing else.
Got you, got you. And we're talking to Jimmy Williams III right now, lineman from American Heritage. Jimmy, talk a little bit about your teammates. American Heritage. You talked about Coach Smith. He's running a great program there. Coach Sertain in the past was with you guys, but talk a little bit about your teammates and the culture of American Heritage. Why you feel so proud to honor and play for American Heritage.
American Heritage is a great culture.
Mhm.
Like, we're close and tight, and during the was it the Los Al game,
Mhm.
we had went to Dave and Buster's with each other,
Mm.
and we really bonded, coach. They're those guys are people I could really rely on, even outside of football. I could call them, text them, make sure they're straight. They'll check on me,
Right.
and it's just a great culture, really.
Right. And that's what we know of American Heritage. You're gonna have some great coaching, you're gonna be in a great system, and you're gonna really get trained up. And talking about training, you're going into your senior season. We follow you on Twitter. We saw you guys in New York, and you said, it's time to get back to the grind and everything like that. But talk about some of the things that you're going to be working on for this upcoming season to get better.
I'm really going to be working on my strengths
Mhm.
and my technique,
Mhm.
really, to create more open gaps,
Right.
and really, when I get my hands on opponents, really just punish them.
Right. Right. Yeah. I'm sure you can always do better. I'm not sure how much more better, but because you've really been punishing people. And let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about you actually putting people in the dirt, putting those DNs and those linemen in the dirt. And where does that come from? Do you always finish the block? Is that something that is trained upon you? Talk a little bit about that, finishing that block and making sure, you know what, you ain't coming back from this.
I have two sides, coach. When I'm on the football field, coach, it just snaps. It just happened naturally, coach. I just
Right.
want to kill anybody in front of me,
Right.
right?
Oh,
And I just do what I got to do.
absolutely. And we've been seeing that. And you're talking about you're going into your senior season, and we got to put you on the spot again. We talked about some of the schools that have offered you, but is there any schools that you haven't heard from that you would love to hear from?
I mean, not really. I'm really open to any school that will reach out to me and look at me.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then, going into your senior season and saying, "Hey, you know what? I'm looking for a program to spend the next 3 to 4 years, to continue to get better." What is it going to take from a program to be able to entice you to come and recruit you and then come on their campus? What are you going to be looking for in that program in that school?
Really good academics coach, and if their head coach has a good reputation, and really looking at my position coach really
Mhm.
to see if he's good will help me be better at the next level.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And now we're gonna open it up to you, Jimmy. Is there anyone that you want to thank right now? We're gonna give you the floor. Anyone you want to thank right now, for developing you, or for anything whatsoever. Here's the floor right now for you to thank anyone that you want to thank.
I really want to thank my dad.
Mhm.
Out of all people, my dad, and also Coach Luque. He was my coach at youth school when I was a freshman, eighth grader going to a freshman, and he really taught me everything I needed to know to become the player I am now with my technique and things like that. And those two, Coach Luque and my dad, they've really helped me. And my dad just been there ever since I was small, growing up with me. Even drills we do at home, we'll watch film together, and he'll just help me become better every single game.
Right, right, right. And also, we talked about, as we wrap it up here, we talked about you being open to any school whatsoever that may recruit you. But what I want you to talk about, Jimmy, is just we talk about schools, we talk about colleges and what they can offer you, but what can you offer that college? Talk a little bit about what a college coach would get from you if they were to recruit you and bring you onto their squad.
They'll get anything they need. They need protection for the quarterback. They got me, coach. They need open holes, coach. They got me. Anything they need, I'll provide.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Jimmy, thank you so much for joining us here on the Athletes Grind, presented to you by Five Star Athletics. We look forward to seeing some of your games this upcoming season. We know you guys are going to be great again. You barely lost that Miami Central State Championship game 38-31. And like I said, you held your own. So, all the best to you. Looking forward to seeing some more from you, and keep balling, young man.
Thank you, sir. I was glad to be on here.
Absolutely. You take care, Jimmy.
You too.